How's it going, guys? So on this edition of MMA Raw, we are going to talk about Takanori Gomi, his future in the UFC, Matt Brown retiring after UFC fight at 120, and Edmund Tarverdyan. How's it going, guys? So if this is your first time tuning in, MMA Raw it is essentially a reality check show to the fighters and the people that's around the mixed martial art community. Okay, and if you're not, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Okay, so we can start with Takanori Gomi. Oh my goodness, you guys! If you guys have watched the UFC Fight Night from Japan, UFC Fight Night 117, man, this was it. I was watching the fight and I was like, this is the fight that's going to be his turning point. I mean, I've been following his career. I've been watching Gomi compete since the Pride Day, since he was the Fireball Kid, since he was tearing up the tournament circuit in Pride, and since he won the lightweight title from Pride, which is amazing, totally amazing, and that was the person that I want to see. But however, that was about 10 years ago. And okay, you guys, Takanori Gomi's record is 35-13. Before he entered the UFC, I believe it's like 30-3. So he lost 10 fights, at least 10 fights in the UFC. And his last 8, he's 1-7. Oh my goodness. You know what? The reality of the situation with Gomi is that I honestly believe that the UFC is not for him anymore. I just believe that these guys, they're just too good. But however, after that's being said, he is still one of my favorite fighter. I kinda want to see him retire, but I kinda don't. And it is his life. I'm not gonna tell him what to do. And after I said that I believe that the UFC is not for him, I believe that he should go back to overseas, compete in ONE FC or Risen, because those are the three biggest. Well, next to Bellator. I don't think he could compete in Bellator either. I believe he should go back to overseas, sign with Risen essentially, because he is a big name. He's a big name in Japan. And I don't know how much the UFC is paying him, but what I do know is that he can make more money there. And he's been building his career. He's been established his name for a very long time. People don't know who he is, and I can only imagine how much he could ask for in sponsor. And with Reebok, with the Reebok sponsorship, he received $15,000, which to me, I thought that was a slap in the face for a guy who's been doing this for a very long time. And essentially, this is his livelihood. He might have some other investments, some other interests on the side, but I don't know. So yeah, quick thought with Gomi. I don't think the UFC is for him anymore. I believe that he should go back to. He should go to overseas to compete in Risen or Brown FC and join the tournament. And Matt Gomi, your time's running out. And it's time for you to cash in. And the UFC is not it. Okay. Next, we are going to move on to Matt Brown. He has stated that UFC Fight at 120, which is in October, I believe, October or November. But regardless, UFC Fight at 120 will be his last fight in UFC, and he is going to retire after he compete against Diego Sanchez, which we'll talk about him on another episode. So Matt Brown, if you guys don't know, he compete in the welterweight division. He's got a record of 20-16, and he is 1-5 in the last 6. 1 win in 6. So yeah, maybe retirement is the right choice, Matt. But however, like the people that he lost to, okay, his last 3, he lost to Donald Cerrone, head kick, Jake Allenberger TKO round one due to strike, and he lost to Damien Maya round 3 submission rear naked choke. You know what? Those are essentially the top 10, and he lost to Johnny Hendrick and Robbie Lawler as well. And the other person that's competing in welterweight that I like to see him compete against, but he's got a fight book right now is Kevin Gastelum. But we know that he's having a tough time making weight at 170, and he's fighting Anderson Silva. So yeah, Matt Brown was retiring. Dana White has always says that if you are thinking of retiring, maybe you should. Maybe it's time, because you're losing that desire. And Matt, if you're gonna retire. I don't know the reason why you're doing this. I don't think it's the money issue, because if it is, then I guess you gotta keep doing it. But it doesn't seem like it is. And Matt, he's one of those guys that's very unhappy with the Reebok sponsorship. And like, let's get back to the money issue. If that's the case, just fight out your contract. Go to Bellator. You'll make more money there, man. So, and I realized that a lot of the fighter, they kind of grin and bear it with the Reebok situation. It's just the fact that they got 3 more years left, and Matt, he's been there since they first signed with Reebok, and there was a lot of a high expectation. Then shit just hit the wall, and he's I believe that Matt should be getting paid more, but the UFC's not it. Fight out your contract, go to Bellator, sign, make some more money. But if you're fighting to be a champion, you cannot do it in the UFC. It's just the fact that these guys are very good. I don't think you can beat them. And if you want to be a champion, I don't think you can do it in Bellator either. But you gotta give it a try, right? So yeah, Matt, I'm looking forward to your fight at UFC Fight at 120. You and Diego Sanchez, you guys like to bang and trade, and you guys are exciting fighters, and I'm looking forward to that. And I'm rooting for you. Yeah, I am rooting for you. It's just the fact that I don't want you to go 1-7 or 1-6 in 7, because that'd be horrible. And if that's the case, it's time to retire. And next we have Edmund Tarverdyan. Oh my goodness, I'm having a tough time saying that name. So he believed that Ronda Rousey just got 1 more fight left in her, and he would like to see her compete against, that's right, Chris Cyborg. Ed, are you kidding me, man? Seriously. Like, that is a death wish for Ronda. I mean, why? Just for a payday? I'm sure that she'll walk away with like a few millions, but the long-term damage, she's screwed. And she just got married as well. And Ronda stated multiple times where she would like to settle down and start a family, and she just got married. So the next thing with her is to start a family. And the other thing is that she's also been doing a few gigs with the WWE, which is a script. She doesn't get her as much, and she could win. She could honestly win. Like, it's script. And at the bantamweight in the UFC, she's gonna have a tough time fighting against these girls. Like, a very tough time. I got itchy nose. But if she does have 1 more fight left in her, Chris Cyborg's not to fight. If there is one fight that I would really like to see, is Miesha Tate versus Ronda Rousey, for 2 reasons. Number 1, let's start with Ronda Rousey. Well, she's 2-0 against her. So when it comes to the mental approach, Ronda believed that she could beat her for the 3rd time. Why not? She beat her twice already. So this would be a nice payday for her, and it's gonna be one big hype. And my number 2 is that Miesha Tate she's always been one of my favorite fighters since the Strikeforce days, and she's got a lot of heart. And I like seeing, I don't know what it is, but I like seeing Misha Tate compete. She's one of my favorite female fighter of all time. And also that I want to see her compete against Ronda. It's just the fact that I want her to have at least one win versus Ronda Rousey. Because, damn, Ronda's got her number. And I realize that she is retired, but the Ronda fight will get her out of retirement for Misha to get that one big payday as well, and to possibly get that one win. Okay guys, so let's do a quick recap. Takanori Gomi, I believe that you should go to Risen to make more money, because you guys are prize fighter. Money is big over there. The UFC is not for you. Matt Brown, UFC fight at 120. This is it. If you lose, you can't afford to lose. This is the turning point of your career. You cannot go to 1-6, because if you are, the UFC is not for you. It's not for you either. And Edmund, I don't know what's going on with you. I think you need a big payday as well, and you're just trying to make that off Ronda Rousey's back. And yeah, I think that's kind of dirty. Okay guys, that is it for the show. Please tell me what you think in the comment section below, and if you have not, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.